Many thanks for joining. This is Breakfast Central. Now, Nigerian reality talent shows continue to harvest amazing talent that go on to do amazing exploits in an industry that is very competitive and can be rigorous for a rising star. Joining us today is an incredibly talented Nigerian singer and songwriter. She was one of the contestants of the 2017 The Voice Nigeria. Her name is Obichi Marshall. Many thanks for joining, Obichi. Oh my goodness. Okay, so 2017, that's almost 5 years now. Oh my God. What have you done in the past 5 years?
Okay, so when I got back from the competition, I focused on my business. I run a beauty brand. So not just singing, I'm also a makeup artist, you can tell. Hello. And yeah, so in between that was just, would I use the word leveraging on the relationships that I made from the competition.
Networking, you mean?
Yeah, that's it. So I did a few covers, but primarily I was invested in my business. That's the beauty brand. And I grew it to 136,000 followers organically. So then I think down to 2020, 2021, before this year, I then started working on my own single. So I recorded Trust, which was like long after I did my very first single in 2015, which was produced by Johnny Drill. Yeah, amazing God. So my second was like a long time after, which was in 2021, which was Trust, but I was doing covers in between. So the period I was back from The Voice, I was primarily invested in my business, but doing covers, putting on YouTube, and then leveraging on relationships. But I was heavily invested in the beauty brand. So I think from 2020 till date, I just fully went back into my music. Like, okay, I think I've put enough energy in my business and it's running by itself. Let's do this.
I mean, nobody can tell me that you don't have that Igbo blood is not manifested somehow.
My God,
oozing. I can feel it. but I mean, the kind of music you do, a lot of people will see you and have a different perception.
Yes,
they see you and they think you do the secular kind of music, but you do gospel.
Yes.
How have you been able to penetrate? We know how getting into that industry is quite difficult.
Yes.
Now you're not entering with bass, you're not entering with zazu. You're entering with a different style now, and it's gospel. How have you been able to penetrate?
Authenticity is key. You need to know yourself. And I think another advantage of the 4 years of focusing on my makeup brand, the advantage of that season was, delving into myself fully, sitting with myself, but primarily with God. Yeah, so during that period, it was more of a training session. Like, you're just realigning, like, okay, this is who I am. And it's equally contributed to my recent EP that I released 14th of this month, Back to Base. Yeah, so Back to Base is a five track EP, and it's R&B gospel.
R&B gospel.
Rhythm and blues, yes. I'm an R&B singer, and like you asked, like delving into the industry with my kind of music, it doesn't give the regular gospel vibe that everybody knows. So me doing it was primarily from that season of working on my business and focused on finding myself and staying there. It contributed to the release of this EP and my music and my journey and my focus. So authenticity is like key for me.
Authentic. That's what has actually kept you out. That's staying true to your brand is what has actually kept you out.
Staying true to yourself. Yeah, knowing who you are, knowing your sound. It helps you express in truth.
Yeah, but it's not always so easy, because we're hearing all this story. It sounds really juicy. It sounds like you just woke up and pim, and that's how it all happened. Okay. People need to understand that there are challenges, there are a lot of things you faced and you had to overcome. Can you just share a few for people who are actually looking up to you?
Okay, so I didn't just wake up and decide that, okay, it was a whole lot of dealing with psychological and social insecurities, dealing with, would they accept me if I come out like this? Or what are the naysayers and all of that? Everyone has their story. But being here right now, I would attribute it to being true to the fact that my pain led me to this season. My pain of like, I want to do this, but I'm not really getting as much support as I want to. We don't have, like in Nigeria, I can't really say we have like an R&B gospel person that can say, okay, this is someone I can look up to as a mentor. Oh, okay, or mama or papa, I want to sit with you and teach me. Everyone has a genre of music that they're doing that everyone is doing now. And so for me, that's pain of who do I look up to? Who do I speak to? How do I go about this? What do I do? What do I not do? All of that made me sit with myself. Like, okay, since there's nobody that I can sit and say, okay, help me. Who could be the person that will start it? So being a pace setter comes with pain.
It does.
Comes with delay. Comes with falling down and standing up. All of that, I would say, contributed to where I am today.
Almost as if lack kind of breeds creativity. I mean, because you were looking for that person and there's nobody to look up to.
Yeah.
You had to be creative about it.
There was a tweet someone did when I released the single Grateful on Twitter. The lady was like, I have never heard of R&B gospel. I haven't heard of it before. Like, I know of R&B, normal R&B, secular R&B, but R&B gospel is something I've not really like heard before. And now there is a Nigerian lady doing it,
talking about it and actually doing
and doing, not just saying it, but actually living it. This is her truth. This is who she is. This is what she wants to do. And now I want to follow that path. I think I want to come out of my shell and be myself because she's being herself. So irrespective of the pain that comes with being a pace setter, the lack, like you said, the delay, the blessings are enormous because there are a lot of people that will look up to you and are inspired. Now
let's talk about relevance in the industry and how you balance it up, especially with the dynamic nature of social media. We all know this visage social media brings. I mean, you always have to package, quote unquote. How have you been able to stay relevant in the industry with social media playing a major role in all of this?
Relevance is something that, there's something I told myself, value and consistency are best of friends. So you, first of all, you're authentic. Secondly, you're true to your sound. Being relevant is aligned with being consistent. So using social media as your tool of operation. So you're sitting with yourself, you know who you are, you're authentic, you're true. Then you move on to platforms. Thank God for social media. At least you don't have to wait for someone to carry your CD up and down and be like, thank God for social media. The world is a smaller place. So I can boss someone in the US, hear my song, how far? And the person can link to someone else and be, people have gotten breakthroughs from Instagram.
Oh yes.
From tagging someone that knows someone, hear this guy, and boom, they are here. So relevance is linked with consistency. Okay? Relevance is linked with consistency. You know who you are, you have your value, be consistent. How are you relevant being
Obichi, I don't know why you haven't thought about just giving, preaching a little bit of chance, Obichi. I mean, but I know right now you've dropped a lot of EPs, you've done one or two works here and there. What other future plans do you have? Because I'm going to put you on the hot seat right
away. Okay, so aside singing, I also act. And aside singing and makeup, I also act. I'm privileged to be on a couple of amazing...
You have so many feathers in your heart.
It's the Lord.
Oh my goodness.
The talent is plenty. Oh my God. So aside that, I primarily for me, my whole heart really wants to pour out. Like I have started and I want to kick the ground running. I've put out an EP. So the goal is to collaborate with amazing artists, international and local, by God's grace. Put out visuals, acoustic versions, create another album of another expression of R&B, because I always tell people R&B is a body that has a lot of children. So you have R&B soul, R&B Afro, R&B reggae, R&B pop, R&B black gospel, R&B. So
for me,
we're doing all of that
raw passion and consistency. I mean, that's what I can see. That's what's oozing out of you. And as long as you keep that up, you will do so well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, can't put you on hot seat.
Okay.
You need to do some one or two. You need to drop it now for me. Like, give me one or two lyrics.
Hey, wait!
I need to put you on that hot seat, girl.
Okay, a line from Day Okay, which is on the EP, says, your time no go pass you by. Your pocket no go ever run dry. You no go get a reason to cry, because Oluwa dey your side. Your time no go pass you by. Your pocket no go ever run dry. You no go get a reason to cry, because Oluwa dey your side.
Wow, Obichi to Africa, Obichi to the world. Amen. Thank you so much. That was so beautiful.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much for coming, and we always wish you the best. We will be here to always support you. I mean, doing gospel, girl. I'll give me a high five.